Alright, welcome back everybody to Operation Mars. This is the Comintern, turn 9. Are we on turn 8? What turn are we on? I think this is turn 9. Pretty sure this is turn 9. Yeah, because we all have completed text, so this is definitely turn 9. Yeah, here it is. Alright, so yeah, anyway, Comintern turn 9. We have been blitzed, lightning ward. Dealt a rough hand to this game. Could have done a few different moves to maybe not be quite as bad off, but still pretty rough hand that we were dealt. But we will have fun with it and try and see what we can do here. So anyway, we will start out with our CCP. We have $4, and we're going to buy 2 militia with them as we see this giant mess that is the Soviet spies this turn. So yeah, 2 militias the CCP. It's going to clear out our bank. We do have a combat move as the CCP, in that we are taking everything in Singhai into Suyan. So it's going to be both of our AAA, both of our artillery, and then all 4 of these guys. Alright, so we're going to have our artillery be in purple, our cav will be in black, as well as our mountain infantry, and then our regular infantry is going to be in blue. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then defending, we're going to have the 2 infantry be in green, the mountain be in orange, and the regular be in, or the militia rather, be in gold. So we're going to do our 2 artillery rolls with first strike. They hit at a 2 or less. 8, 10, 15, 2, 4. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. Alright, sorry. 2 artillery rows in first in Purple Hill, 2 or less, first strike, both miss. So we're gonna have a little bit changes to these dice. Our mountain infantry is going to be one of our upgraded ones from our artillery, so it's going to be in black, and our cav is going to be in our cav and our other upgraded infantry are going to be in blue, and then our non-upgraded infantry that is only hitting at 1 is going to be in brown. Alright, so this is a mountain upgraded or helped mountain at 3, cav and helped infantry at 2, and regular infantry at 1. It's going to be no hits on our side. We'll do the defenders now. So mountain is gold, regular infantry green, militia in orange. Alright, so that's 2 hits for them. Oh, of course it is. 0 for us, 2 for them. The dice just have not been in our favor at all this game. Well, the Soviet planes are occupied. Although, I think there's a medium bomber somewhere. Suriname. Or Sumatra, not Suriname. Okay. Whatever. We're just going to lose the AA guns. We're not doing anything else much this game anyway. And we'll just do round 2. and that is again no hits. And the defenders get another 2 hits. Yep. Just not our game at all. So we're going to lose a cav and a regular infantry and retreat back into Shanghai. We'll place our 2 militia there, and we'll collect $2 in our bank. Alright, that takes us to the Soviet Union turn. We have 1 tech die to roll. I'm going to roll for advanced mechs. And we get a hit, so it moves to stage 3. This is our fire cell buy. So just, I don't know what the way to do this on this auto calculator thing is, but just so it's clear to everybody, anytime you see one of these motorized infantry that is upside down, that is actually a militia that's being bought. And anytime you see militias on here, that's actually infantry being bought, with the exception that one of these militia is going to be an airborne that we are buying. So with that being said, that's going to be, I guess I could just do the same number here. Go ahead and do this so we can see that equals 50, which is how much we have to spend. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 militia that we're buying. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry that we're buying, along with an airborne. And then we have the 2 T-34s and the AAA. So we'll get rid of all of this and move all of these guys onto this. I guess what we could have done is just done this and then subtracted by 1 for all of these. And then move those on there. Alright. So that was our buys. For combat moves, we have quite a few. We're going to declare war on Japan. These 2 cav are going to come into northern Manchuria. 2 infantry are going to move into western Manchuria. 3 infantry are going to move into eastern Manchuria. That's got the Far East. Over here, our infantry in Kamistskaya is going to walk into North Caucasia. Our 2 cav are going to attack Donetsk Kuban. Our militia in Tula is going to come into Stalingrad along with a motorized and a artillery. Our 2 light tanks are going to go into Oral Kursk, and they're going to blitz into eastern Ukraine. They're going to be joined in eastern Ukraine by our attack bomber. One of the infantry in Tula is going to, actually no, not one of the infantry. One of the motorized infantry in Tula is going to come up and attack Caligula Oblast, and another motorized is going to come up and attack western Russia. And then the 2 fighters in Moscow, 1 apiece, are going to go to each of those. The airborne in Leningrad is going to board the transport plane, come up and retake Kola. And the entire 94th is going to move into Karelia, with the exception of the seaplane, which is going to go 1, 2, which is going to stick it in Moscow. Nothing really else to do with it. I think that's actually got all of our combat moves declared. We do get to do some ships. He bombed the port, so we do eject all 3 of these ships out of here. I'm going to have them here. Finish up there, nothing else. We're going to take our subs. One's going to come into A12 in raid. The other one's going to go 1, 2 through the Danish Straits, 3 into A11, and it's going to raid there. There's the destroyer. rating and rating. So that's that. Combat moves technically, or not technically, it just is. Scorched Earth is a combat move, or is does it in the combat phase. Not sure what the exact word is, but anyway, scorching everything in Leningrad with the exception of the coastal artillery and the fortification. So that's that, and that will scorch this rail, and this rail, and this rail. We will, I think it's actually all the scorched earths that we're doing. I keep those open for now. It's going to be all the scorched earths we do. I'm not going to do any in the Far East. Yeah. Not doing anything with those subs, and then not doing anything with all of our ships. Okay, it's going to be that. We can just do these two rating real fast here. We'll have red be the attacker, +2. So it's going to be the full 3 damage to the Baltic line, and then we'll come over here and raid the North Sea line. That's going to be a full damage there as well. It's going to be, 5 damage to the Germans. So we'll subtract that from their bank, putting them down to 79. We can do the attack into Karelia. So we're going to have our first strike artillery at 3. It misses. We'll do our upgraded infantry at 3. It hits. So it's going to be advanced mech dead. It does get to fire back at us at a 5. And it hits. So it's going to be the militia that we take as a casualty. We take Karelia. Western Russia, where we have a 6 and a 2. The 6 is going to be black, 2 is going to be in gold. It's going to be a hit. It gets to fire back at us at a 1. And it misses. Same deal with Caligula. Fighter is going to be black and 6. Mortar is going to be gold at a 2. And we missed this time. So light tank fires back at a 1. Misses. Round 2. We get a hit. And light tank fires back at a 1. And misses. Oilkirk is free. Eastern Ukraine, we have 2 light tanks at a 3 and attack bomber at a 7. So we'll have our light tanks in black, attack bomber in gold. And that is all misses for us. And we have 2 Panzer Grenadiers, which I think defend at 5, like regular advanced mechs. Make sure that is correct. Panzer Grenadier, defend at 5. Yep. Alright, so it's going to be 2 5s firing back at us in black. It's going to be 1 hit. We are going to press. So fighter in gold, light tank, or not fighter, attack bomber in gold, light tank in black. Yeah, okay. We're going to miss again, and we get 2 5s firing back at us. That almost rolled to a 3. Surprised it didn't. That's just how this game's going. Alright, so we'll lose our light tanks in Eastern Ukraine, and both Panzer Grenadiers will survive. We'll do the attack into Donetsk Kuban. 2 Cavs at a 3. both miss, and a light tank defending it at 1. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. So we'll just roll this all at the same time. Our cav will be over here in black, the light tank will be in gold. And we're just doing this until somebody dies. Which is me. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Cav's dev, light tank is still alive. Stalingrad, we have a first strike artillery at 3 that we'll do in gold. And then we have a militia upgraded at a 2 and a motorized infantry at a 2. And we have a airborne defending at a 3 for it being a city. Actually, this is a surrounded city now because we have, yeah, the city's surrounded, so this airborne is actually just defending at a 1. So now we'll roll our thing back. That's a hit with the artillery, so the airborne's dead. And it hits back at a 1, and it misses, surprisingly. So we'll retake Stalingrad, and now we'll move over into the far east. So we have 2 cavs attacking northern Manchuria at a 2 for round 1, and a defending militia at a 2 in orange. So everything in 2 here. It's going to be all misses. Our cavs now are at a 3, since this is round 2. That's going to be a hit for the Japanese, and no hit for the cavs. Alright, so we'll just press greens at 3, orange is in 2. And we do get a hit, somehow, and we'll take that over. We'll now do Eastern Manchuria, which is going to be 3 1s for round 1 against a 2. And we're losing infantry, and now both of our infantry get upgraded to 2s. So our infantry at 2 in green, his militia at 2 in orange. And we hit. So we'll take over Eastern Manchuria. And then Western Manchuria was just free. Alright, I think that's all the combat moves. Just absolutely ridiculous down here, but whatever. Non-combat moves. The rest of the 74th is moving into Moscow. I already landed the attack bomber. Or I guess that was a retreat. But it's in Tula. The fighters are landing back in Moscow. The air transport is landing in Moscow. Just put all of this on the 94th, I guess. Where is the other artillery from the 94th? Oh, not the 94th. Oops. That was completely wrong. The 94th was from Leningrad. Shoot. Okay. I'll have to double check this, but I'm pretty sure it was just the one infantry that I stuck onto the 94th accidentally. It's the 74th that we're joining. Alright, so our 2 fighters. And then, yeah, we got that there. Our ships are just going to come down into A12 and sit. They got nothing better to do. Our sub in P7 is going to move up into P2. Our infantry and our militia from Amur are going to move down into Pomorsky Krai. Our infantry from Chita is going to rail into Moscow and join the 74th. 10, 12, 12, yeah. Alright, I think that's got all the non-combat moves, so we'll go ahead and place all of our buys. 2 T-34s in the anti-air go in Moscow. And then we get 5 more units to place in there. That is going to be 1 airborne and 4 infantry. So take these 4 infantry and grab the airborne. Those go into the 74th as well. Now we just get to place all of our militia. These 3 infantry don't get to be placed. One of the non-combat moves that we're doing actually is railing the factory from Novosibirsk into Moscow. So we had the factory production because we had 1 that we could place in Leningrad and the 2 in Novosibirsk. But since we scorched that factory and then railed the other one, they can't actually produce units after we did our buy. So those 3 infantry will just stay on the build chart, and we'll have the rest of our militia to go in place. Starting in the Far East, we got 2 going to Pomorsky Krai and 1 going to Amur. I think we might also have 1 in Chita, but I'll come back to it. Alright, so we have 1 in northern Russia, 1 in Yaroslav, 1 in Gorky, 3 in Saratov, 1 in Tula, 1 in western Kazakhstan, 1 in Klimstakaya, 1 in Crimea, 2 in Leningrad, 4 in Moscow, and then yeah, I think that is going to be the last one's going to Chita, I think. Let me make sure. Basically, I did one on each of these border territories. Yeah. Alright, the last one is just going to go to Chita, which is one of these 2. Stick it there. Alright, that's going to be the turn. We'll collect, looks like we're at 38. We're going to get 3 from our cities, Stalingrad, Leningrad, Moscow, and then I'm assuming America is going to give us the 2 for that, because I think there are units here, but I think it has to be a sub to block it. I do control both Karelia and Kola for that thing to go into. Yeah, wartime bonus. Free of enemy subs. Yep. There are no enemy subs. These are all regular ships. So we will collect the 2 that I'm assuming America's going to give us. Let us have. So we'll end the turn with 43 in the bank. That is wrong. Thinking of Bob. And then these 3 infantry are going to stay in the build chart because they weren't able to be delivered. So 43 left in the bank. Alright, so that's that, and we'll pass it over to the veteran for Japan. The Japan turn, which I suspect is going to be worse for me than I originally intended based off this. But oh well. See you guys next time.